What's up guys, I'm Just Over Aviation and welcome back to another video. Today we'll be going through the Britannia, Thomson, Thomson Fly, TUI liveries. So we are going through every single one, kicking off with the Britannia livery. So this is the airline that started the entire business. Came out as Britannia and then changed to Thomson in 2002 or 3, I think. So the Britannia livery is very iconic. You can tell by the shape. You will recognise this. Some of you may not. Some of you watching this may remember Britannia when it was Britannia, or some of you have no idea. This company has been around for longer than you think. So yeah. So obviously you've got Britannia Airways here. And you can see you've got the very iconic livery, and this is the 800 variant, and this is the 767-300ER. Representation of the model as well, and as you can tell the door design is completely different on this model than the others you'll see. Also slightly after that, in the early 2000s, the Thomson livery came about, and then as you can see this is a livery most of you all know and love. Thomson, this plane does come with the overhead wing design. Also they have unboxings for all these aircraft on Just Over It on the same channel, which you should find them somewhere. And then, as you can see, a very iconic plane. Also, the 737's been in the Thomson. I'm just going to call it TUI. The TUI company for ages, and it's also in various different colours. Because TUI isn't just a British company; it's also an international company. Hence, because TUI does stand for Tourism Union International. So that does bring TUI UK, TUI German, TUI Netherlands, TUI Belgium, all of them into one company. So because everything used to be under like different companies with the same logo. So to save things, they brought everything into TUI to call it one company. So if I say TUI, I mean everything, but mainly all these aircraft are TUI UK. So anyway, so this is the TUI 737-800 I've just told you, and yeah. So this is the Thomson version of it. And then moving on to a slightly different variant. This is the Thomson Fly 767 with the slightly different wings. So this is just the 300, not the extended range, because the extended range does have a slightly bigger body as seen here. They look the same, but the Britannia one is slightly bigger. And as you can see, the colours have changed slightly. And this is actually GBYF, and literally the other month this exact plane flew over my house, and I have the model of it. That is just crazy. Yep. So this is the 767, and I am missing one plane out of all this, and you will recognise the plane at the end, get towards the end. And then finally 2012, the rollout of the Boeing 78 to celebrate the rollout of this very iconic plane, the Boeing 787 Dreamliner. Because if you don't know, TUI was the first UK-based airline, or Thomson was the first UK-based airline to receive the first order of the Dreamliner. It was not this familiar company here. It was not British Airways. It was in fact Thomson, but they did receive the first orders of the Dash 9 and the Dash 10 variant. So now the TUIs, and so this is what this is the livery. All you will recognise and love. This is another 737 variant. You can work out which one's missing. It is the TUI Max, the 737 Max. I do have a body of that somewhere, which you can't find. But that is what the Max wings look like. I do have it, but it is broken, and I've got no idea how to get my hand on another one. But anyway, this is the Thomson current TUI livery plane, and that's in cost, and the branding from Thomson to TUI did in fact change, and you can see the difference between Thomson and TUI around. They were both sat on the tarmac next to each other. One was Thomson, one was TUI. We did go on the TUI livery, which is actually quite cool. Yeah, and also with this, I will tell you a little bit more about this livery very soon at the end. And obviously the rollout of this was also in 2012 to celebrate the rollout of the Dreamliner. You can fly the Dreamliner from the following airports: Gatwick, Manchester, Doncaster, Sheffield, Glasgow, Edinburgh, and I think that's it. I think I've seen it in, I don't know, but mainly I have flown on the TUI 787 Dreamliner to Tenerife, come back from Tenerife South, surprisingly, for some of you. Jamaica, Dominican Republic, and that's about it, because we did fly Jamaica on another brand launched at the same time as Thomson was in fact first choice. Flew on this to Jamaica and Orlando Stanford. I went to Disney, and also this was also on the Thomson 767. I also had a hiccup with the 767 where I did get locked in a toilet on the 767, which is quite funny, and it was also on that exact plane as well. So me and this plane go back quite a lot of history. Yep. So this is obviously the same design, so as you can see the different designs of the 767. So yeah, and so as you can see, this is first choice, very recognisable, and also if you've not been to a holiday village, I highly recommend those resorts from First Choice and TUI. They're literally like the best resorts out there for families. And then that brings you on to the smallest plane in the collection, the little fun plane, but this is the only thing TUI related I have. So sadly, you have to make do with this. So this is the current TUI livery, and also the TUI does actually sit in between the doors, the windows on the plane. So this is accurate, but you just need to drop the TUI text between the windows just to make this slightly more accurate. Not just, yeah. So yeah, and then yeah, so that is the TUI plane. So back to this, back to the Thomson livery, which you can recognise. So if you have not visited Manchester or any nearby airports recently or looked on Flight Radar, you can tell TUI have converted some of their 737s, 800s into two different liveries, this one and this one. But the text is slightly different on both. So you got TUI.TUIFly.com on one. So it's this livery, but instead of Thomson, it's TUI on the 737, and also on the other one it just says TUI. And quite strangely, I did in fact fly on both to Dalaman. One was going into Dalaman and one was coming back. Don't know which order it was, but anyway, they do look amazing, and it's amazing, and it's brilliant to see those that livery back out on the tarmac at Manchester. You mainly can see them at Manchester on the tarmac at Terminal 2. So it is hit and miss when you go to visit and see them or not, but there's a high chance you might see them, or a low chance, I don't know. But anyway, that does conclude this video. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you later.